What is becoming a total normal thing in modern society that you just don't get or agree with? Subscriptions to most services now. I'd rather do one-time payment for apps and games. The good old days when you could buy Microsoft Office on a CD and use it for years. Buy. Yes, we all bought it. Sure. Yes, I, like all other PC users, legally purchased my Windows 10's license. Naturally. How people argue. It's very common now that someone on the losing side of an argument would rather point more fingers than admit they lost to the other person, as losing the argument is a blow to their integrity. A hill I will die on is that people should argue for the answer, not victory. Knowing the truth is much more valuable, even if it makes you wrong. Normalize hearing the opposition out. Recording or taking a picture of someone who is unaware, then putting it on social media. Imagine you're just going about your day, sitting by yourself at a restaurant or laughing into your phone at a park, and someone spots something funny about you, and next thing you know, you're a meme. Even without social media, sometimes while traveling, I wonder how many total strangers' photos I'm in. Sharing every thought you have on the internet. Ah, dang it. I kind of like this idea in the sense that the kind of access historians will have in the future to our thoughts and problems, the lives of the common people are laid bare in vast primary sources. Kind of beautiful when you think of it like that. Sharing your whole life on social media, every restaurant you visit, your place of work, pictures of your kids, especially when they're in school uniform, and when you're going on holiday. This is all public and mostly anyone can see this info. Please, for the love of tacos, protect your private life from possibly malicious people. Totally agree. Learned this the hard way. Found out I had a stalker who had been monitoring my entire life through social media. Learned where I worked, where I lived, the places I visited, etc. Created anonymous social media accounts to harass me and threaten my life. Eventually stopped posting my life, switched jobs, moved to a different place, and even though the harassment is continuing, I now feel safe not having my entire life at everyone's disposal to view. My younger cousin got backlash from his high school colleagues for not posting a photo taking the COVID vaccine. They thought he was completely out of his mind for not sharing it because everyone else did so. Anyone even want to see someone getting the COVID vaccine? It's boring. It's not an exciting or interesting event. I mean, it's good to get, but I wouldn't consider it social media worthy, even if I was spamming Facebook 40 times a day. The fact that journalistic integrity is just gone, and people don't just seem fine with it, they actively embrace it. When opinion pieces started to pass for real news, no one was driving the car anymore. At the end of the day, I think it's all about incentive. You can't expect someone to report the truth if they ain't gonna get paid for it. Clickbait news pays, and hence it's all you're gonna find. The only solution is to either always question the news or come up with a system that aligns the reporting of truth with good pay. One major issue is that even though we all claim to want to read the important news, people don't actually read the important news. I worked in a local news TV station for a couple years, and we had analytics that track what articles people are clicking on and reading. And then we tailor some of our content to give people what they want. The problem is that people want that clickbait everyone claims to hate. Most journalists, especially in local news, would love to only do stories on politics, health, crime, and other important things that actually matter to the public. They're passionate about that kind of stuff, but instead they're all stuck reporting on clickbait topics. So if you want better news, be a better news consumer. That's the biggest fucking bullshit I've ever read. Well, that's the problem though. It shouldn't be about the number of viewers or the amount of clicks. It should just be about the news. I know that's an impossible dream in a world with a 24-hour news cycle, a million different places to get the news, and news sources being focused on profits, but it just shows that the whole system is broke right from its core. Advertising and companies keeping so much of your data. Comparing everything to the Holocaust or American slavery. Don't forget how everyone you don't like is literally a Hitler, a Nazi, / whatever over-exaggerated stuff. Someone called me a Nazi the other day for saying one shouldn't compare vaccine mandates to the Holocaust. I'm not exactly internet shy about my Jewish identity, the fact that my family was devastated by the Shoah, but apparently I'm a Nazi. Hustle culture. It's not healthy to work every day with no downtime. You need rest. Your body needs rest. Your brain needs rest. You might be able to pull it off for a while, but eventually you will burn out. We are taught that it's the right way, the virtuous thing to do. I call BS. We need to redesign our economic thinking. I actively oppose this by bragging about how lazy I am / how much free time sleep I get, even if I exaggerate. I work 40 hours a week, not a minute more. It's a combination of the Protestant work ethic, and sociopathic corporate leaders / media setting the tone. It's in the advantage of every moneyed group to establish a culture that venerates constant work over everything else. If you live to work, nothing else will distract you, and those in power can manipulate you in countless ways and never worry about any backlash, because between fear of loss of money and fear of social ostracism, everyone goes along with it. AAA games being released and priced at $60 despite being evidently not finished. $60? You mean $70. $80 to $100 in Canada. Social media influencers cause more harm than good in my opinion. Please subscribe to my channel. Social media bullying. Everybody plays the victim, and people jump in without knowing the other side of the story. Nobody cares about your bloody personal life and whom you've messed with. I think if you bully people at social media and then play the victim afterwards, you got a small mind, and that deserves no respect. People stopping at a car accident to film, not help. Having a medical reasoning for bad behavior. I have anxiety, I have depression, I have BPD. These are things I deal with, and once in a while, it might cause me to respond in a way that isn't the greatest. I've never blamed my mental issues on it before. I try to fix things other ways, apologize, explain how I really feel, and try to help the situation. Having a mental issue is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. It should not be your sole excuse for shitty behavior. Working until you die, spending no time with your family, only to lose your possessions in old age. Texting and driving. The amount of rage this creates in me is really not healthy. Besides the fact that people are flying down the freeway in 3,000-pound vehicles, not really paying attention to anything other than their phone, is obviously bad. It also creates so many other problems like congestion at traffic lights because people are looking at their phones when the light is red and don't realize it turned green. If you ride motorcycles, you really should consider if your hobby is worth your life. I don't answer my phone or look at messages while driving, and had a boss who once called and texted me while I was on my way home. Parked in my driveway, called him back, and he was like, "Why couldn't you answer your phone?" I was driving. You couldn't answer while you were driving? No, I could not. WTF! Talking loudly to a phone that is also on speaker. Frick that stuff. People using those Amazon door locks on their homes so delivery people can unlock your door and go in your house? What? If that's true, that's unbelievable. The concept of your opinion being equal to factual information. The complete degradation of the term freedom of speech. Being ostracized from a group, place of work, or online forum just because you're being an asshole isn't a violation of your freedom of speech. People just don't want to be around you. People have a right to free speech, but they aren't protected by the judgment of others. People are totally allowed to form opinions on other people. Ads. We're okay with ads everywhere. The weird skits people do and then post on socials. It'll be couples engaging in a fake fight or something and posting it. It's really weird to me. You could be sitting at home or in the car and one of the people's like, let's make a fake fight video for TikTok. I just can't even fathom having that conversation, let alone doing it. You know what weirds me out? Leaving my YouTube safe space of subs and looking up the top rated videos for the day. I swear half of them are some couple with a "we broke up" weepy video, and then notice it has 16 million views in one day. Who are these people? And who's been watching them? And how can it keep happening? Is this the new soap opera / telenovela? Actually, it kind of is. Honestly, it kind of is. Deeming anyone who doesn't share your exact opinion as evil and a hateful person. We live in a polarized world where nobody has room for actual tolerance or learning. I am horrified that people have no qualms about dehumanizing people on the other side of the political spectrum. Yeah, he was another supporter. He deserved to suffer, and I won't cry if he dies. That's socially acceptable sociopathy. Entitlement. Guys who want an attractive girlfriend, but they're boring and unattractive. Girls who want a rich boyfriend, but don't want to work or otherwise contribute to the relationship. People who want high-paying jobs, but don't have any skills or experience. To piggyback on this, offering employees $15 an hour and then complain nobody wants to work because you're giving them crazy schedules that don't equal enough hours to qualify them for needed benefits like paid PTO or health insurance. Hey, Pete, your schedule next Monday is Monday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., Wednesday, you're off, Thursday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I haven't figured out the weekend yet, so stay by your phone just in case. Good luck finding a second job to meet ends meet when you work like this. Since when has a person's political party of choice become one of their defining personality traits? I mean, there's a reason many of us are taught not to discuss religion or politics in polite society. Nothing new under the sun here. The religious side reminds me of that Emo Phillips joke where the two Baptists are discussing their religious backgrounds, 99% of which match until there's a discrepancy about the date of some ecclesiastical decision, after which one throws the other off the bridge screaming, "Die, heretic!" Here it is. Going to post it even though it's not particularly relevant, just because I think it's a fantastic joke. Once I saw a guy on a bridge about to jump. I said, "Don't do it!" He said, "Nobody loves me." I said, "God loves you. Do you believe in God?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Are you a Christian or a Jew?" He said, "A Christian." I said, "Me too. Protestant or Catholic?" He said, "Protestant." I said, "Me too. What franchise?" He said, "Baptist." I said, "Me too. Northern Baptist or Southern Baptist?" He said, "Northern Baptist." I said, "Me too. Northern Conservative Baptist or Northern Liberal Baptist?" He said, "Northern Conservative Baptist." I said, "Me too. Northern Conservative Baptist, Baptist Great Lakes region or Northern Conservative Baptist Eastern region?" He said, "Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes region." I said, "Me too. Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region Council of 1879 or Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region Council of 1912? He said, "Northern Conservative Baptist Great Lakes Region Council of 1912. I said, "Die, heretic!" and I pushed him over. Guilty before being proven innocent seems to be becoming more of a thing nowadays, especially when it comes to anything political. The burden of proof should always be on the accuser. The invasion of privacy. Arguing that you don't care about the right to privacy because you have nothing to hide is no different than saying you don't care about free speech because you have nothing to say. Why are we giving babies/toddlers phones and tablets? Why do they have screen time? I sometimes give my daughter my phone with a show on it while I have to run for the store for milk, medicine, etc. I get up at 5 or earlier every day. I get up in the middle of the night with her, and with her all day exclusively until she goes to bed around 8. And I clean the house, do laundry, pre-cook meals, do work online, etc. It's okay to let a kid have screen time so you can do a necessity without screaming or crying. Try not to judge parents based on that. Sometimes people are one snide comment away from sobbing in public. Damn, Abigail, I really hope your life gets better. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing. Goodbye.